Welcome to Worthy of Work, the podcast dedicated to helping anyone who's done having lousy, lonely, disappointing relationships and who's ready to do the work to build better connections. I'm Stephanie Rivard, and if you've ever questioned your sanity, wondered if healthy relationships are even real, or wonder if there's anything you can do to attract or create a healthier relationship, you are exactly where you need to be. Together, we will unpack the healthy relationship skills no one taught us. So you're divorced, and you never wanted to be here, and you never want to return. I've been there too. And I know divorce is painful, and it can also be an incredible restart if you're willing to do the work and learn, heal, and grow. Today, we're going to cover the 7 smartest things to do after a divorce so that you have the best chances of a fresh, healthy start. Number 1, don't jump back into a relationship. The rule is give it 1 year if the relationship ended somewhat peacefully, and wait 2 years if the relationship was long, painful, or toxic. And this is not punishment. This is self-protection. All the great relationship authors agree. Henry Cloud, Gary Thompson, Melody Beattie, they advise that if you rush this, you're not moving forward quicker. You're actually prolonging the process. And you're endangering both your heart and the future relationship, the next one that you hope won't go crazy. So take the time. It's okay to be single. In fact, learning to be okay with being single is going to be an important foundation for any future relationship. And let me be really candid with you. An orgasm will not solve anything. In fact, adding a relationship right now is going to add more questions and a more complicated dynamic to an already demanding time. Just be with yourself. Take time on your own. Take time to process. I guarantee you the next season, this season, processing this divorce will require all of you. There is not room left for another relationship. And frankly, there's often a lot of rebound, right? This idea of rebound and I'll show my ex, how much I've moved on. This does not show that you have moved on or forgotten. It actually demonstrates emotional immaturity and that you're running from your feelings. This is the moment to rise above and give yourself the time and space you deserve. Number 2, get your finances in order. This means create a budget and stick to it. Learn what's going in, what's going out. And as you start experiencing financial security, you'll also start experiencing emotional security and stability. And that is an important emotion during this season. Another point on finances, as you and your ex are dividing assets, this is not the time to be petty or vindictive. Rise above. Require an equal share, a reasonable balance, but don't use the division of assets as a way of expressing your anger. Taking the high road now will build your confidence and help you release and walk away in peace. Number 3, get a hobby, not a habit. This is not the time for numbing out with drugs, alcohol, phones, video games, gambling, whatever. This is the time to rediscover who you are, what you love, what makes you tick. And I'm guessing that in the divorce, or in the marriage rather, some of that probably was lost or forgotten, and now's the time to find yourself again. So get a hobby, not a habit. Number 4, surround yourself with good, healthy people. Look around. Is there anyone in your sphere who has that internal peace and stability that you might be lacking? Spend some time with them. Get them into your space. Take them for coffee. And the friends who love drama, who want to gossip and bash your ex, they are just going to keep you in the problem. Get better friends and let them go. Number 5, learn and heal. If you don't want to repeat this, you will have to learn from it. In a year from now, you should know a lot about yourself, about your character defects, your communication skills, about the way you showed up in a relationship that was helpful and what was not helpful. Look at the marriage and say, what was unhealthy? What was healthy? What was my part? What was his part? And learn. Ask yourself, when you picked this partner, had you ignored any red flags? What were the motives back then? Were you people-pleasing or afraid of disappointing your parents? Learn that about yourself. And I don't care how, buy a journal, get a therapist, attend a 12-step meeting, but do the work. And let this be an incredible opportunity to learn about yourself, learn about your needs, and learn about how you can better show up in a relationship. And this does not matter how the relationship ended. If there's one party that had a glaring problem that inspired the divorce, that doesn't matter. There's still something to learn. Go find it out. 6, set boundaries that protect your peace, especially if there's kids involved. You'll need to set limits on exposure to toxic communication. This can be limiting conversations or asking for everything in writing, text, emails. Set the boundaries that will keep your peace. And remember, this means that there's no more arguing. There's no more justifying. There's no more explaining. Silence is okay, and no is a complete answer. Number 7, grieve what was lost. Even leaving a toxic marriage, there is still a loss. Maybe the greatest area to grieve is losing what the relationship never offered you. Maybe you need to grieve what you had hoped for and never received. Or grieve the loss of shared memories, knowing that those experiences that you did share with your ex, now there's no one to reminisce those stories with. It's okay to grieve. And it's better just to process that and go through it than carry it with you pretending it's not there. Grief is not a weakness. It's just part of the process. Going through a divorce is painful either way. And if you do the work, a divorce can change and become a teacher instead of a trigger. And you're worth that. You're worth learning, growing, and healing, and preparing yourself for wonderful relationships in the future. But those relationships are mighty hard when we have hidden wounds, when we bring in character defects that don't serve us and that interrupt relationships, instead of recognizing just the areas in our life that need some TLC. And we're not perfect. That's the beauty of this. No one is. So we all have something to learn. So you're not broken, but you may need some better tools for the kind of relationship you really want to have. If one of those areas that you want to grow in is around healthy boundaries, learning the difference between a boundary and a rule, come check out my free masterclass called Boundaries That Work, and develop the skill that might prepare you better for a healthy relationship in the future. Bye for now. That's it for today's episode. If this resonates with you, please subscribe, share, or leave a review. It helps more people find this work. And remember, I'm not a therapist. I'm just someone who once thought dysfunction was pretty normal. I wanted better and learned new tools. And so can you.